So first things first, before I talk about the newest episode of My Hero Academia, this right here is real. And if you don't understand what you're kind of looking at, let me talk about this, okay? So Fortnite. I know it's a meme. Everybody memes on Fortnite with the Fortnite dance and all this type of stuff. I'm fully aware. However, I will be honest with you, completely straight up. I do play Fortnite, and I do enjoy it. I do. I play no build, though. I'm not going to play that sweaty build mode. If you do, power to you. But anyways, the point is that a new trailer for Fortnite came out a few hours ago, and you're probably wondering why this is relevant. Well, that's My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is getting added into Fortnite. Honestly, at this point in time, I don't even know what to say, because it's like, we have Dragon Ball, we have Naruto, we have all Marvel pretty much, DC, Rick and Morty, Among Us, there's just so much in Fortnite. Like, I would be listing off things for a good while. There's just so much within the game. And the fact that My Hero now is getting added, it's only one step closer until one day we have, let's say, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, and even One Piece inside the game. And that is going to honestly be hilarious. But let's obviously get on topic. So, to kind of talk about this is My Hero. And the reason how we know this is My Hero, this is a pickaxe. And you can see the All Might, like, little hairs, the hair, like, the little points. And then you can see, obviously, the My Hero Academia type of, like, design with All Might right there. And in the trailer in motion, you can easily see it. It's 100%, it's confirmed, etc. It's happening. So just, My Hero Academia is in Fortnite. What is this world, man? What kind of world are we living in right now? But anyways, okay, let's get on topic. Let's talk about this episode of My Hero. Let's talk about, what happened this week, and is this a better episode in terms of how the community feel about it? Because FYI, if you remember last week, I made a video on it. I talked about how people would go after individuals if they even remotely enjoyed last week's episode. Like, they would say, you have no business liking this episode of My Hero Academia, which I think is kind of wrong. There's no problem if you disliked it, but, so-and-so, people felt like it was wrong if you even remotely enjoyed it, because obviously it's a lot more popular nowadays to crap on My Hero Academia. It's the truth. That is 100% the truth. It's more popular. So yeah, okay, but not to get, back into that topic. The point is that this episode is legitimately a great episode. Like, we have a lot of stuff. Like, to go over it, we got the Toga stuff with Ochiko. We got, the whole scene with Twice again to kind of refresh us on Ochiko's character or characterization that's kind of taking place. We got, the whole stuff with, Shigaraki and how his body's kind of being slowly taken over by maybe All for One, to also getting to see this interesting vestige scene, like the quirk world inside of One for All and All for One, kind of going at it, trying to steal the quirk. And then, we get all, like, the users kind of meeting up and getting to kind of say their piece on the matter. We have the rage mode of Izuku and, like, the scene before this begins, like, him literally popping off and raging on Shigaraki. This is a legitimately good episode, and I think the art looks really good in this. Like, this is really good, and I want to talk about that for a second in terms of art and also, like, the hair. I'm a big fan of how Shigaraki's hair has just been animated. I know that seems like very small and nothing too massive in the grand scheme of things. I know that. But the hair looks so freaking good. Like, I absolutely love the way Shigaraki's hair has been drawn and animated in this season of My Hero Academia with the white and all that. It looks really good. And I don't know, I wanted to shout that out. It's just a little detail that I really enjoy. Now, in terms of everything else, there is a really good scene here with, like, Izuku raging out, basically, after seeing Bakugo take an impalement to the chest. And we're left up in the air wondering, is Bakugo okay? Is he dead? Etc. And it's a very big moment because, like, holy crap. But to be honest here, that moment is kind of overshadowed by everything else that kind of happens within the episode, with just the, One for All and All for One kind of going at each other, and also the ending of the episode with Ochiko. But, he's getting to see, like, a little bit of a rage Izuku, how he let anger control him, is a very different side to him that we don't really get to see, and it's fascinating because, like, if, like, for instance, Shigaraki gets back up. Like, if we go over here after, like, the quirks compete and Izuku didn't lose one for all, and let's say Shigaraki gets back up and he does not fall here, what's going to happen? Is Izuku going to have the strength to be able to continue to fight, or is Shigaraki going to be able to get away? There's a lot of questions here, and I mean, right now, once again, Shigaraki, he's not limited right now. He can use any quirk he wants, technically, because, you know, Aizawa, he's down right now. He's legitimately down. I mean, his face was completely almost crushed, as we saw. You know, he chopped his leg off. So it's like, he's going through some stuff right now. So, Shigaraki is still technically uncapped. He can do what he wants right now if he is able to get back up. The question is, will he? Now, one thing that does need to be pointed out is Gigan's rampage. So we know that Gigan, right now, he's basically rampaging through city after city, and it's pretty scary, because, like, I talked about this in terms of the devastation and damage in my last video, is that when we calculate all the damage Shigaraki has done with how he wiped out that city, and then now we calculate what, you know, Gigan is doing here, he's obviously, he has a higher casualty count than anyone else in a part of the League of Villains. Like, this man has literally bulldozed through, like, 8, 10 plus cities already, maybe 20. He's just continuously bulldozing through them. And you got to imagine that, you know, because it's just so short notice, there's probably many people that just were not able to evacuate and get out of the way. So it's just like, this man is a literal walking natural disaster, bulldozing through towns. I mean, even describe it that he's using like his claws to like mole his way through buildings and just causing so much destruction. It's ridiculous, honestly. And I think that this is a legitimately scary moment. And yeah, Gigan is just, when he gets there, the entire battlefield's going to change, because it's like, we have worn out heroes right now that has been fighting Shigaraki. If Gigan gets there, we know what's going to happen. Nobody's going to be able to stand up to him. He's just that powerful. So anyways, with all that out of the way, I want to talk about Toga, because I think Toga is a very important character of this episode. And FYI, when it comes to the League of Villains, if I'm not counting, let's say, Shigaraki, I really like Toga. Toga is easily one of my favorite characters, and she's definitely improved in my eyes because of the events of Twice. As a reminder, remember, Twice died, and Twice and Toga had quite the relationship. They cared for each other. You could kind of say that they were like brother and sister. They cared for each other. I mean, we had that whole moment with Twice kind of using his quirk to copy himself to protect Toga. There is a lot of history between the two characters, and they definitely respect each other. And so Twice's death was very powerful for Toga. For instance, when Twice died in front of her, it made her question her entire reality. And I think that it really kind of opens up the, you know, a pathway for her where she can maybe try to change or maybe dive deeper into the darkness. And let's discuss that. So Toga, one of the big draws of her character that we've known for a very long time, what's like her big motivation, her goal, is that she doesn't want to be limited. For instance, she's someone that was repressed by her quirk, like she wanted to be able to enjoy and suck blood, which obviously, when we look at it from the society point of view, she shouldn't do that, like just suck random people's blood and hurt them, etc. But her very quirk, its instincts, is what drives her to do stuff like that. And I mean, even this episode tackles the fact that quirks have its own personality and consciousness. And so you could say that Toga's quirk is what has driven her to this point. We could say it's also her choices, but her quirk has definitely caused her to go this direction and cause problems in society. And thanks to society shoving her down and forcing her into a corner, she eventually lashed out in a very violent way, which we have seen. And obviously she's made a lot of bad decisions, and there's no excuse for what she technically has done, but the people she's killed, etc. And obviously when you look at the situation, she is not really on a really good level ground to really have this communication with Ochako right now, because I mean, people are dying left and right. Shigaraki is in a, you know, life or death battle with Izuku right now. Both of them are fighting each other. I mean, it's not the right time to be like, hey, you know, what will you do, Ochako? You know, will you save me? Will you do what you did to me like Twice, etc.? And the thing is, Ochako has no idea what happened to Twice. She has no idea what happened, and the thing is that Ochiko's not in the mental state, in the right mind right now, to be able to talk with Toga and give Toga what she wants. But Toga obviously demands an answer on her time and what she wants right then and now, and obviously she's not going to get what she wants no matter what, but she is demanding an answer for something that's so vague that Ochako has just no idea about. And I think that this is a very fascinating moment, because like I said, Toga's entire world has shattered. Her reality has shattered. Because she's always been the one killing people or hurting people, but for the very first time, she saw someone that she cared about taken away from her. And that is something that really hurt her, because she's like, wow, she's starting to understand what it means to lose something, what it means to, like, to have someone that you care about die. And she starts to wonder about these different things. What is really the difference between heroes and villains? Can heroes kill villains? Is that a-okay? And this brings up that big dilemma right there, is that, is Toga also on that list? For instance, is Toga someone that needs to be exterminated and eradicated from society, or will Ochako and Izuku and others that she cares about have a different answer for her? Obviously, if she was to make dialogue with Izuku, he would never kill Toga. That is against his code or whatever, and this goes along with the entire morals of everything. That, heroes are supposed to save everyone. It doesn't just stop at, let's say, heroes. It doesn't just stop at, let's say, civilians. It's everything. It's villains, it's heroes, it's civilians, it's everything. And that's what Izuku definitely would do. Ochako, though, still, her situation is very complicated, and it's clear that it's just not the time and place for Toga to ask these questions, and I think it's a very interesting dilemma, because whatever Ochako decides and what she says here will probably be the direction that Toga will be stuck on for the remainder of the series, and there probably won't be any budging from that point onward. So it is food for thought. Now, besides all of that, though, this is a legitimately good episode. I think that in some scenes, this is actually better than the manga. I know I'm going to get debated on that one, because obviously when it comes to art and stuff, the manga is probably definitely superior in a lot of areas. But once again, I think it's the culmination of just, like, the voice acting to the music. I mean, honestly, the voice actors of this episode really stood out, really did a good job. Like, All For One's voice actor always does just such a fantastic job when he's on screen and he's talking, and this is a very good scene with him just talking about, like, the, One For All, talking to his brother, talking about how he wants it, talking about Shigaraki, just everything about this episode. There's a lot of moments I feel that even surpass the manga, and that's a good feeling. It really is a good feeling to feel that way, and I'm very happy. I am very happy with this episode. So, yeah, overall, is it good? Yeah, I think that this is one of the best episodes of Season 6, but it's probably only going to get better from here. So let me know your thoughts, honestly, in the comments below, how you felt about this week's episode of My Hero Academia. Be honest in the comments below. But with that, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.